Well, first of all, Bob Arum is a snake. Bob Arum is the type of man that you invite to your house, you give him gracious hospitality, you give him the honor and respect, you turn your back, and he tries to go to bed with your wife. So you know what kind of guy he is. So Bob Arum is, we will take him on, and I'm going to give him back his $300,000 that he gave to try to corrupt Julio Cesar Chavez, but Mexicans are honorable. Mexicans are loyal. And after 9 or 10 years of being together with Julio Cesar Chavez, he couldn't find it in his heart, even though he had been encouraged by 2 other snakes, Alberto Gonzalez, a trusted advisor to Julio Cesar Chavez, who turned out to be a snake and a Brutus, and Leon Pizzanti, who was the worst lawyer in the world, an ambulance chaser, hustling, and they took money from Bob Arum to coerce and influence Julio Cesar Chavez to be dishonorable. But the honor that's embedded in the Mexican's heart rose to the top, and Julio came back home to Papa.
I mean, that's a criminal
Bob,
thing.
it wouldn't have went to purse paid if you would have paid him what he was looking for.
Shut the fuck up, you little prick.
Yeah?
Yeah, prick.
Go ahead.
Come on, get him out of here.
Get him out of here.
Move him out of here, Derek.
Yeah, Bob Arum is a piece of fucking shit. Good night, everybody.
White working with anyone else?
Who gives a shit with White? He's a piece of crap.
But you just said you welcomed him to the sport.
Yes, because then it's an acknowledgement how strong boxing is. He has a UFC that's cratering, and he needs boxing to save him. See, are a bunch of skinhead white guys watching people in the ring who are also look like skinhead white guys.
I take offense to that just for someone who covers the sport. I'm not a skinhead. I'm actually a Jew. I'm not a white, I'm not a white guy, so nothing like that.
Yeah, well,
in MMA.
And you don't have any tattoos.
No tattoos, and a lot of people I know in MMA don't have tattoos. It's a pretty brash thing to say about the sport. I mean, really, if they're two separate, why even take the shot?
Because for me and people like me, it is not something that they ever care to see. They've watched it, it's horrible. Guys rolling around like homosexuals on the ground. I mean, it is not a sport that shows great talent. The guys who throw punches can't throw a punch to save their ass. When the punches land, the guys have no chins. These are not like boxers. They are not trained like boxers.
I heard Bob Arum, fucking little bitch, crying about it. Fuck him. I had to throw that in there. I fucking hate that guy. Anyway.
Now we're gonna do a face-off. Fuck her and fuck them. There was no face-off, and we saved the fight.
Absolutely. But as of right now, he's with Bob Arum, so the fight is not going to happen. Bob Arum is worried about making money. He don't really care too much about the fighter. These fighters that signed to me, I care about the fighter making money because this sport is grueling. This sport is rough and tough.
Will I ever work with Arum again? Honestly, I seriously doubt that. Fuck Arum. Piece of shit. I'm gonna keep it real now. I'm tired of fucking just keeping it always politically correct and try not to get him upset because all the fighters are still with Top Rank, because my brother still works with Bob Arum and Top Rank, and fuck that fool.
Don King was a disgrace and a traitor to his race, because how could he support Donald Trump, who was an absolute bigot and very dangerous for this country? And we all went back to the Philippine Village Hotel, and we had an orgy for 2 days. Never screwed so many women in my life in one short period of time. Excuse me.
And you're going to interview Bob Arum on Sunday, that senile fuck, and put his shit in the paper?
What have they not told us? Do you think the media has been presenting this fairly from both sides?
Well, Chavez Sr. said it too. If Bob Arum wasn't involved, I mean, you have to go back and look at history. You look at Oscar De La Hoya. He had to get away from Bob to get the big fights. You look at Miguel Cotto. You look at Floyd Mayweather. Now you're looking at Julio Chavez Jr., Mikey Garcia. I mean, you have to look at the history of this guy who's known for not being honest, not being truthful, and Julio's been on the shelf for a year. Mikey Garcia's been on. I mean, he has absolutely no heart about the fact that these guys are fighters that have to feed their families. I mean, it's absolutely disgusting. But you know what? You guys perpetuate it. because you write the same vomit that he spews, and you guys lick it up and you write it instead of asking the hard questions. You know, what do you agree to? What have you done? You're telling us everything, but you're showing us nothing. You know?
You think there's any contract or anything involved? They think you're talking about a contract.
The same way when Donaire was fighting Abner Mares, and they said it was $2 million, and Bob called Schaefer a liar. What did Schaefer do? He put the contract out there on the internet, and we all saw it. Well, show us the back of the signatures. Show us the back sheet. Let's see some signatures. What did you agree to? And who are you talking to? You know, you guys, I mean, that's your guys' job. Do some, ask the hard questions. Or get together and say, hey, you know what? We're not going to write your bullshit anymore because we don't believe you. Because I'm telling you, I thought we had until the end of the month. Now they're saying that we're what did I say in November? We're fighting, Manny's fighting Jesse Vargas, and we're fighting somebody else in May 2nd. It'll be, you know, then in November, it'll be Manny versus Mikey Garcia, and then get used to Mikey Garcia 2, 3, 4, 5, and 6, and whatever. But as long as Bob Arum's in this picture, you're not going to see this fight. And never mind the fighters, but I mean the fans deserve it, and you know they're the ones who are missing out.